Hi guys, Hugh here from Square Labs. Today I'm going to take you through my client onboarding process. Now the best part about this one is I can onboard a client with a single click. Now to do this I use Zoho CRM to manage the workflow and the process. I use Zoho Forms to collect the client information. I then use Zoho Sign to get a digital signature, and I file that signed document off into WorkDrive. So if you're a Zoho One subscriber, you've got everything you need to do something very similar. So with that, let's get into it. To start off, we're going to go onto the account record, and then we're going to click Start Onboarding button. This triggers a refresh of the page, and you'll see that the onboarding status has now moved to started. From here, as everything is run through a workflow, we are now going to send an email to the client to begin the onboarding process. So you can see here, the email has triggered. The client then receives that email. Inside that email, we've got detailed instructions of what to expect, how they're going to get a digital signature back via Zoho Sign. They can then click the link to open it up. Some of the information has been pre-filled into here, which comes directly from Zoho CRM, and then we can complete the unknown bits of information. Once they've clicked submit, you'll notice that the onboarding status field has now populated to details received. Now this means it's going to trigger the next stage in our workflow, and what's going to happen now is, using the data we've collected from the form, we're going to create a mail merge document, and we're going to send that to the client now via Zoho Sign. You'll see here now in our client's inbox, they've received a Zoho Sign notification where they can start the signing process. This will proceed to the document. They can confirm their electronic signature, agree and continue, fill out their details in here that we will receive back into CRM. Now once they've completed this and clicked sign, this will then update the onboarding status to completed inside Zoho CRM, along with the account type being updated to client. Clicking on the Open WorkDrive folder link, you'll see that we have a copy of the signed document automatically saved to the client's WorkDrive folder. And you'll see that they have received an email back completing the process. Now I bet you're thinking that looks incredibly difficult to set up. However, that's the beauty of the Zoho ecosystem. Most of that is achievable with just the native integration between apps. In fact, we only use two functions in that whole process. One to send the templated document via Zoho Sign, and the other is to save that file into WorkDrive, which you might not even need. Now I'm going to show you the configuration components inside Zoho CRM so that you can implement this yourself, and I will put a link in the description to more of a detailed article on our website where you can follow through and get the code for yourself. There are two workflows that manage this onboarding process. This first one triggers based on a status change of the onboarding status field. So when it changes to started, we send that email notification to the client. Once the client has completed their form, it comes back and updates details received, and that's when we trigger our client onboarding document to send to them. Because we've installed the Zoho Sign extension, this means that Zoho Sign will update a record inside CRM, and then when it updates there, we can update our client to onboarding completed, account type of client, and we can also trigger to save our document to WorkDrive. In Zoho Forms, you're going to need a client onboarding form. Now, this one here is going to have an onboarding status field with the details received as the initial value, and that's going to be hidden, along with a hidden Zoho CRM field where we're going to pull data from the account inside CRM. We've got a bunch of the other fields that we want to return back. We've also got a primary contact so that we can mark them as primary, and then we go to their email field, which is disabled because that's the one we're sending to. Under the integrations, we're going to go to update record, and you can see here we're updating fields on the account, and then on new record, that would be linked to contacts. So we're going to have the contact update their details and also link to the account that's coming through. In CRM, our email template here is configured to say whatever we want. We have a link here called click link, and then we have here the insert link, and we've got link type Zoho Forms, and we're going to select our client onboarding form. I have another video on how you can do this, which I'll link up above. Our mail merge template that we've created here is the document that's going to be signed. So you can see here we've pre-filled it with data from the CRM, and then we've added in some Zoho Sign fields. So Zoho Sign knows exactly where the name, position, signature, and date need to go. If you're going to upload your final document to Zoho WorkDrive, just make sure that you've got a WorkDrive folder ID on the account that relates to that particular account. Now, if you need help setting this up, I do have another video which I'll link above on how you can create an automated folder structure. Finally, we've got a button here on the accounts record that triggers the onboarding. Now it's a client script button, and all it does is update the onboarding status to started, which then triggers our workflow. I hope you got the most out of today's demonstration video, and if you like these, let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you also need any help with your Zoho solution, feel free to reach out to us and we'd be happy to help. With that, we'll catch you in the next video. Cheers, guys.